I had some bad audio on this one, so I wanted to record it with me talking over it. But you can kind of pick up some of this green reading 101 stuff as you're walking up to the hole itself. So as you're walking up from the fairway or coming from the cart, it's good to get a general idea of your surroundings and maybe even start getting an idea of where you think those fall lines potentially could be. So as I'm walking up to this green right here and I'm looking at it surrounding kind of areas, I can tell this mound in the back that I'm pointing to right here is kind of the high point of this quadrant of the green at least. And I know that typically that's going to be somewhere where that fall line is kind of running through, somewhere up around that point and kind of down that area, that neck. Another way to think about it is if you dump a huge bucket of water on the green, where is that water going to be flowing? Is it going to be kind of stationary, meaning that you're maybe playing on a 0 or 1% green, or is it flowing to the left? Is it flowing to the right? And wherever that water kind of is flowing is somewhere to get your head wrapped around, but that's kind of where that fall line also potentially could be. As I'm marking my ball here, this is our old prototype that we had. Just like everyone else, you got to make sure that mark is lined up directly at the hole always, and you're adjusting your ball off the mark itself. So as I'm straddling the line with my feet here, I can feel right away that I've got more weight on my right foot than I do on my left foot, indicating that this putt would be breaking from left to right. And as I know, I want to try to work out way over towards that straight uphill putt to figure out exactly which quadrant of that circle zone I'm in. So as I keep on straddling the line there, I can kind of feel that I'm getting closer and closer to even, and I stepped over the line here briefly, and I can actually feel that I have more weight on my left side than I do on my right there. So I know that straight uphill putt would be somewhere right where I'm indicating right there. And the perpendicular line to that would be the x-axis, or where you're not uphill or downhill coming across it. So as I'm looking up there, I kind of have to determine which zone I'm in. So I've kind of already cut this green into fourths almost, and I look at my ball there and I determine that it's probably halfway between that x-axis and that straight uphill putt. So from there, this is the pro model at least, there's 5 zones, so I would be in the green 3 zone when I'm looking at my Perfect Read notes book there. So as I look at the booklet there, I know that I'm in the green 3 section. I was playing 10 stimp, so that's the grid that I've been using for the whole day. And then from here, it was a 2% slope. So my notes tell me that I have a 1 dash read. As I'm indicating here, every putt on this side of the circle is going to be left-to-right putts. Just off that straight putt, wrapping up to the straight downhill putt, these would all be putts that break from left to right. So that's where you want to be turning your putt up the hill. So I adjust my line there and move it up 1 dash up the hill, and all I have to do is concentrate on pace, capture speed. So give yourself a chance to make as many putts as possible. Try to think of that 8 to 18 inches past the hole. Did not execute here, had it heart dead center. That's part of green reading. Part of putting is you don't hit every putt exactly how you want, and you can't make everything. But the bigger thing about here is just trying to get your head wrapped around accessing the green itself and kind of breaking it down in your brain to see exactly what you're looking at here. The closer and closer you can get to these quadrants or these zones, the closer and closer ultimately these reads are going to be for you. So, the easiest place always to try to find is that straight, uphill putt that's closest to your ball, or the straight downhill putt, and then maybe find the x-axis off of that and break it off into quadrants. So from there, you'll be able to kind of see exactly where you are quicker versus trying to kind of decipher it right away when you're standing over the ball. So it's always easier to kind of build off of one section than trying to find it right there when you're standing over it. So you can see here I'm kind of indicating there how to find that straight uphill putt again, and figuring out where you are from there, and then building it off of there to find that x-axis, and then splitting it off. So you don't have to look at the whole green, because you really only care about the section that you're putting through. The top section here ultimately would not matter for us. It's the section that you're putting through that you want to be concentrating the most on. If you have more questions on this kind of basic green reading 101, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you out and give you more feedback if we can. Good luck out there and have a lot of fun.